what an incredible week it was for the Stafford family. Accomplishments for our kids almost go hand in hand with accomplishments for Matthew when it comes to football. The things that happened this week, Tyler took her first steps, 3 steps, and then, to the ground, but first steps for her, my last baby. I'm excited, mainly because the tops of her feet are just crushed. I mean, I do a terrible job of putting socks on, and she just drags them on this hot concrete and they are torn apart. So thank God she's starting to walk. And Hunty took her first poop on the potty. If you're a parent, you know what a big deal that is. And she'd been pooping in her pants for like a couple of weeks now. So really excited for her. She did it a couple times too. So I think we're turning that corner. And yeah, that's how our week started. So I was like, all right, I think this is going to be a good week. We had a soccer game on Saturday morning that I coached. The girls were awesome, far better than the week before. And then we had flag football where they weren't so good, but maybe they'll be better next week. And for that, the coaches actually for the flag football team are 2 of our good friends who are going to be in here later. Chris and Steve, they are both single guys living in LA. We're going to kind of dive into that. And also, coaching toddlers and dealing with parents that are batshit crazy like myself on the sideline. So we're going to dive into that with them later. First, I'm going to do a little, obviously the quick recap of the game. A win's a win. They went into Indy, really good team. Actually, we, during the whole trade thing, thought that was a possibility. We even looked at Zillow for houses there, or started to just kind of explore. They're an awesome team. And going there, getting that win, no matter how you do it, a win's a win. And to be totally honest, you guys have pointed that out multiple times. If you're a Detroit fan that doesn't like Matthew, the wins and losses in his career. So you know what? We'll take the W. I'm just kidding. It really was an awesome game. And actually the flag football game that we were at on Sunday started at 9:30 and Matthew's game started at 10. So I recorded it and just said, we'll catch up when we get back. But I don't want to know anything. I silenced my phone. I just, I didn't want to know what was going on. So, actually we were in the huddle and we had just scored our first touchdown at flag football, and Coach Chris, who's actually our chef as well, born and raised Michigan. Coach Chris was like, all right, we scored, staff scored. That's a good start. I'm like, damn it, Chris. He's like, and he's looking at me like, oh my God, what happened? I'm like, no one wanted to know. And you just spilled the beans. And he was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I was like, well, tell me more now. Now I got to know, who was it to? How did we get down the field? Which we didn't have time for because we were in the middle of our own flag football game. So we didn't win our flag football game, but that's okay. The other kids on the team played great. My kids need some serious work. But we'll get there. We come home, we turn it on. We're watching it. I get this text from a friend that just fuck. And I'm like, oh my God. Immediately my head goes to the worst. I'm like, is he okay? So I leave the room because Matthew's dad does not want to fast forward, which totally understand. So I leave the room and I go to another room and I kind of just start digging because I still can't fast forward because I realize that we're all in the same DirecTV box. So I can't, hey, DirecTV, sponsor number 4, on the same DirecTV box, and I can't fast forward. So I dive on to Twitter, which I haven't been on in years, and I see that he threw a pick, which the feeling after he throws a pick, I never mentioned this to him, but I immediately go into a little bit of a hole. And every time he gets the ball snapped, I get very nervous. I'm like, please just take care of the ball. Please don't throw another one. And he doesn't go that way at all. He's like, I'm going to play my game no matter what. And if it gets picked again, you know what? That's the game. And I love that aggressiveness from him. He's so fun to watch because of that. but I do get a little into a shell after he throws an interception, and just pray it doesn't happen again. So, yeah, once I realized it was a pick, I felt a little better, I'm sorry, felt a little better. Well, it felt way better that he wasn't, it was nothing else but that. So after that, we just continued to watch whatever. So got the W. Can we talk about, first of all, the goal line defense? I mean, I've never seen a goal line defense like that. They've gotten down the field, onto the one. I think they tried it 3 times yesterday, 4th and goal, and never got in. And then that continued from game 1. So I thought that was incredible. And then also, you know what? I love seeing players get pissed. It just means they're competitive, and you got to be smart about it. But I like to see players get fiery because it means they care. And not that, I guess, with Matthew doesn't really get that fiery, but he does on the inside. He just doesn't let it out as much. And so 41 yesterday got ejected from the game after he got frustrated about something. I'm not really sure what happened. And the takeaway I had from it is watching, and if you guys saw the game, watching Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey go up to him, talk to him, like kind of tell him, listen, you can't do that. I mean, I don't know what their actual exact words, but the leadership on that defense, and coming from the 2 best players at their positions by far, and to watch them do that was pretty awesome to see. And if you're getting talked to by Aaron and Jalen, you're going to listen and you're going to remember. So I loved that. Thought that was a really awesome part of the game, not actually the ejection, but what happened afterwards. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about, which I hate talking about, is the injury to Carson Wentz. And my heart, it just breaks for them. For him and his family. That is a damn good quarterback. You saw it in the game, and it killed me for him to go down with that injury. And I know Colts fans hate it too. But I hope you guys remember that these guys are doing anything and everything to be on that field, and they know they're paid a lot, and they know that the team relies on them. They know all this. The pressure on them to be out there is a lot, and the pressure they put on themselves is even more. So if he couldn't go, he couldn't go. And if you watch the hit from Aaron Donald, who's a massive monster of a person, you understand why. I mean, it was rolled up weird. He's the biggest, fastest guy in the league that's tackling you. And to be totally honest, like, would you get up from that? Most like, no, you wouldn't. I mean, I'm going to answer that for you. So I pray that he has a quick recovery. I pray it's nothing serious. He's battled through so much. And it kills me for him and his family that he's going to have to battle through this as well. But I do want to just say, like, I'm praying a lot for him. And I know it just sucks, just fucking sucks. And my mom told me to be careful with the F words and just to use them when they're needed. And that fucking sucks. That it's needed there, because you never want to, I mean, and second game of the season, he's gonna have to battle that the entire season. So I pray that it's a quick recovery. I pray he's out there next week. But I am super happy for the W. Again, no matter how you get it done. And I thought, my stomach was turning the whole second half. It felt very much like a lot of our games in Michigan, where it was, down to the wire. But I'm glad that we came out with the W. So it was a hell of a week in our home. I'm happy for everybody. Matthew came home last night. I waited for him. He was happy. He feels good. Obviously wanted that pick back, but you're going to have them. You can't, I mean, it's very impressive to go through a whole season with none. I think it's been done. I think it was done recently, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so he was happy, woke up this morning, snuggled with the girls a little bit. They miss him, you know, from quarantine, him being home basically all last season to now where he's gone a lot. It's kind of it's tough for them. It's a tough adjustment for them. So they snuggle with him as long as they could. I took him to school and now I'm here. So yeah, great week. That's kind of it for the game. We might dive into a little with Chris and Steve, but I am going to bring them on now and we're going to discuss again, single life and coaching toddlers with crazy ass parents. So yeah, stay tuned. Apologies ahead of time about the microphones we attempted to connect to, but as stated, I don't know what I'm doing. So there's one and we're going to act like there's one over here, but we're just going to really talk loud. Okay, so sorry. I'm going to introduce, this is Steve. You guys met him last week. He is a good friend from college. And this is Chris. You guys might know him from my Instagram page if you follow me. Born and raised Michigan, Detroit. There you go. And the best fucking chef imaginable.
Chef on the West Coast. Sure.
Hottest in many different ways, but as I mentioned too, they are single, so you know, I'll put their handle on my, I don't know, Instagram, and we'll see how that goes. But I also mentioned this, these are the coaches for my girls' flag football team, which we had our first game this weekend, and it was great, right?
Red-eyed Cobras, baby.
Yeah.
Red-eyed Cobras.
That's our name. Who came up with
the boys on the team.
Yeah.
So we played an all boys team too, and we have 4 girls.
Yeah, let me talk about that a little bit.
Talk about the 15-year-old.
The dad's on the other team. This is 4-year-old girls flag football, okay? And this guy shows up with a bunch of 9-year-olds. like we're playing in the Super Bowl. And he's got 9-year-olds playing against 4-year-old girls, so a little stressful. But
so we were practicing touchdown dances before the game. Having a good time.
Practicing real plays.
I mean, throwing and catching the ball.
I formation, fullback, 9-year-old taking down a 4-year-old.
Calling plays. This guy's running Oklahoma drills, and then at halftime they went back to practice.
Yeah.
I seen one kid drive home by himself after the
weren't we tied at halftime?
Yeah, no, we were winning it.
Oh, we were okay, so they were for sure doing drills because they were losing to a team with 4 girls. By the way, MVP of the game, a girl. Am I right?
For sure.
And we got cheated out of a play, a possession. And I think it's because we had a girl who did score 2 of the 3 touchdowns on our team.
Yeah, and it was none of mine. Mine were, oh God, it's okay. We'll get better.
Yeah, we'll get better. Your girls were busy cleaning their feet with their mouthpieces.
My kids were by far the worst ones. And I am, yes, there, it's okay. And I'm very competitive by nature. So we talk about these crazy parents at these kids sporting events. Now, I think when they get older, I'll be better. I just feel like they need a little more encouragement right now. But I was 100% on that field with you guys being the crazy fucking mom.
Chris, we don't have kids of our own. Note that. This is our first time coaching.
There's no little running up. Okay.
Used to spend a lot of time in Europe that couldn't see over there. Who knows? But we're good for now. You were head and shoulders crazier than most, which is fine. Love the passion.
I don't want to be that crazy mom.
You do though. You don't want to be the mom that doesn't give a shit on the sidelines.
I think there's a good balance.
Or like on Instagram, you want to be the one that's into it.
That's another thing I point out, pointed out on my Instagram page. I hate parents that don't do anything when their kids aren't listening to their coaches, cooperating. Like you have to be a parent in that moment. But I didn't think I was the only one on the field, wasn't I?
I mean, I haven't heard you scream like that since game one last week. You were
and I lost my voice.
Yeah.
At that flag football game, and did not lose it.
Well, I think.
But the game was fun. We had a good time. We were all kind of anxious, I think, to get home to watch Matthew play with a 10 a.m. start, which was crazy. The day felt like it lasted forever after that because you're not even on the East Coast, it's a 1 o'clock game. So at least by the time it ends, it's 4:35, whatever. But it ended at what, 1?
1:15, 1:20.
It was a long day.
It's a long day, but We've been doing it for a while. We're pretty much experts at
Well,
this.
yeah, but you didn't coach flag football game before that.
True. That wore me out. I'm not gonna lie.
It gave you a little taste of kids, right?
I'll tell you my biggest taste of kids.
I could do one. I think I could do one max.
We got sidetracked there.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, it was good. But we're gonna another segue into something else. So Steve and Chris show up to coach, and one of the moms of the kids on the team, do you know where I'm going? One of the moms on the team who we love, we know all the kids on the team. They're actually all neighborhood kids, which is super fun. They all know them. It's awesome. But Steve shows up, and one of the moms was like, "Hi, I'm Crystal. Is that a hickey?" Talk about single life in LA. Are you lying?
I'm gonna tell the real story here. I felt like I didn't get to start on week 1. Okay, I came in late. For those of you that didn't watch the whole podcast, I came off the bench, excited to get to start here for week 2. Martinis were flowing Friday night.
Where were you?
We were at Delilah. Thanks for the reservation, Tony. You're the best.
Shout out.
Definitely a shout out. Yeah, the best spot. And I thought that after watching week 1 of the Morning After with Kelly Stafford, we needed to spice it up a little bit. So I requested.
You got into full character.
I requested. Yeah, we need some spice here. People want spice. We got to keep this thing at 17 weeks.
So you requested.
I requested a hickey. Which I didn't even know was a thing.
That
I don't think it was
is a
more of a bite. It
bruise.
was more of a, I don't know how to give a hickey, but I think it's more of a suck as opposed to a bite.
It's like simultaneous, right?
Yeah, so I thought, it would be a fun thing I was going to bring it out on the show and tell everybody, but I got called out at the 4-year-old flag football game, which was, talk about your all-time greatest backfires. A 4-year-old's mother that you've never met asking about a hickey on your neck. But
I don't know if I believe that story, but
there's no lying. There's no lying on this. This is the Morning After. You guys.
Well, tell me how you met this girl.
I've known her for a while. We're good friends, and a few.
You've known me for a while, and I've never met the chick.
Okay, we'll get into that in a second. I've got a lot of questions around how you've never hooked me up with anybody. I've known you for 14 years.
Well, you dated one of my best friends. It's kind of hard to hook you up with someone.
You're right. Well, that was.
All my friends are married. I don't have any single friends. Y'all are my only single friends.
You're making a lot of friends out here in LA.
I tried.
I know you did.
I tried with both of you.
I'm waiting for Holly Berry, honestly, and I think
that's a strong ass,
Chris.
Chris.
You can pull that off for me
if you're listening.
But Holly.
I hear she's a big fan of the show,
yeah.
so
I do like older women.
I can't. It's okay. But I still want to know how this is what I want to dive into though, because dating now, especially in LA, is different. I haven't dated in over a decade, so that tells you I don't know any of the apps. I don't know. I know the names. I know Tinder. I know Bumble. I'm sure there's a million others. What is
Hinger?
What is the Christian one? Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingles.
Farmers Only.
You would do really well on that one. Are you on that one?
No, I'm not.
Okay, let's go with that. What is that? What?
Raya guy.
Raya, yeah.
Let me ask one question very quickly before we dive into this. Are either of you somewhat seen anybody? Because I don't want to offend anyone.
No. I don't know about it.
Oh, that was a little hesitant, Chris.
I see. Okay, so personally, I like to give the world a part of my life that I want to,
Okay.
So I'm not even if I was dating someone, full on dating someone, I don't really like telling a bunch of people, I like to just keep.
You are very private.
Yeah. I like to
not come on the podcast.
Well, but
right,
so I guess the answer to that question is I am enjoying myself. I'm having fun.
Okay.
And I am hanging out. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
those are private questions, Kelly. That we can dive into.
That's okay. I love privacy.
That's
who else is really private? My husband. So I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Although I'm gonna pick your
we'll
later.
Yeah.
Because Chris is in our house every night, and he's also become an incredibly close friend. As you guys have probably seen, we're together a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to know what's going on in his life because he did come out here with us, graciously left his home in Detroit, and said, you know what? Why not? Let's try it out.
Why not LA? Like, I mean, West guess it's all right or whatever, you know.
Like, who knows if we went somewhere else, if you would have come with us, but I guess.
I was down for sure.
Okay.
Let me talk about that. We've been going to Detroit for a long time. Great city.
It's an awesome city.
Yeah, great city. I miss it so much.
Amen.
I know I do. I miss it. A lot of great places up there. But you want to talk about a reduction?
Yeah, what's your
My favorite place in Detroit,
because it's so many.
Well, it might not be Detroit.
We used to rip it in Royal Oak. We used to have some
Oh,
good
God, so long ago. No, you can say
No,
it.
remember when we got in a fight there because I think who
Oh,
was it? Med.
Right. No.
Somebody, one of you Detroit people grabbed one of our girlfriend's ass and was like, "This is my girl," and. Ooh.
And it was actually someone else's girl at the time, was it?
It was one of our. I think she was dating one of our. I don't know if she was.
Yeah, I forgot about that. We're normally not fighters, we're lovers.
We're lovers.
Can't grab a girl's ass and not
No,
expect to
yeah,
get your
come on.
shit rocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Unless-
like that.
Yeah.
Shit rock.
I mean, it's true. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
you can't do that.
She does have a nice ass though, so I get where the guy was coming from.
Shout out to Med.
Shout out to Med. Oh, so I don't even remember where we were. Single life. Let's go back to single life.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a ton of apps.
Ton of apps.
Okay. Now, when you find a girl on an app, I know you get like matched or whatever the hell it is, or whatnot. Do you like when they holler at you first? Is that the way you say it? Holler at you first, or is that a turn off? Like, is it a turn off for a girl to come after you first? You kind of like that.
I like it. I like when a woman knows what she wants. You know, me personally, confidence. But it's a fine line where like you know what you want to where you're just like super straightforward, and then I think you're
kind of batshit crazy.
Or a thought is what we call it. You know,
a what?
A thought.
What the hell is a thought?
A thought.
I don't know the definition of that
You
word,
know
but I hear it.
I'm
Yeah,
about to
I hear
look
it.
up. You know the acronym?
Yeah.
What is it?
That hole over there. Thought.
Oh, you have a thought.
Yeah, so if a girl's like super aggressive on the
I
app,
love that. Oh, fuck.
We got a guest.
Now?
We got a guest calling in.
Oh my God, wait, what happens? Tea for time. Shit. Did that just, no, right? That didn't just, okay.
I think, we got a guest calling in.
Okay, I hear it. First guest. Hello.
Hey.
You're currently on the podcast.
Oh God.
What up, Matthew?
What up?
What's up? Real quick.
Who's there?
It's just
Oh,
Steve
hey.
and Chris.
Oh, okay. What time do the girls get done with school today? Do they have activities after?
They do. Sorry about that. Okay, so when you finally get a girl on a date, we talked about what are you wearing? Is that like a thing? You are very stylish. You are too, but you are very stylish.
I try.
Chris,
You know what I mean?
talking to Chris, if you're not watching.
You know, try to stay a little fresh, a little low key. You know what I mean? Something.
always look stylish.
Yeah, you're a stylish guy. I'll give it to you,
I
man.
appreciate
You're
that.
pretty good too.
Yeah, thanks. I'm more of a plain guy.
And like, where are you?
T-shirt and jeans guy.
Yeah, that's a good. I think that's
Yeah,
good.
like
where are you taking these people, and how much is a date now? To take a girl on a good date. So I'm not talking about like Nobu. I'm not talking about these super high end places.
I'm not taking a date to Noble. I'm telling you that shit.
Okay.
Chris is not doing it.
Well, you guys know
You
Matthew.
gotta marry me or something. I'm not taking.
Matthew and I's first date was at Chili's.
Cool.
I love
Yeah,
that.
perfect.
I love that.
Spinach queso dip all day long.
2 for 10 apps. I think they got those.
32.
Listen,
tall
at
boy,
this point, there was
$4.
no money, so we were like,
Shout out to Chili's. We're looking for sponsors. For the
sponsor
podcast.
number.
Do they
6.
still have Chili's? Are they all out of business?
No,
They might.
no, they're
In
not.
Michigan, they're
Hell no,
all
they're not. They got the iPads on the chairs now, so you can take the
Oh,
kids.
for real?
So you guys are still going to Chili's. Still going to Chili's?
It's our
Everything all right?
hidden gym.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so if you're taking them to a decent restaurant, so I'm not saying Chili's, I'm not saying no, like
It ends up being, I don't know, 350, maybe.
that is a
$400.
shit ton of money
Yeah,
for a
that's
date.
and that's on the low end.
That's on the low
That's
end?
on the low end. Yeah, for sure.
Wait, Matthew and I
You got
once-
Ubers, you have
Oh, yeah, I
apps, you
guess
have
it's all
drinks, you have dinner, you have dessert, you have I mean, you got
So
more
okay,
drinks,
so
whatever.
so speaking of how
Spend $500 or
expensive
$600
fucking dates are,
Plan
so
B, we have to buy
wait,
it.
okay.
Sorry,
Cut this part out.
I mean, listen, shit happens. It's okay. No
Hey,
judge.
we can get it
I
wrong,
don't
right?
judge
This is
at
single
all.
life, this is dating.
Yeah.
Put Plan B
please.
into your
That-
budget for the night.
It's
fellas
true.
out
I mean,
there,
that's
budget
real.
that. Yeah,
That's real. It's
Yeah,
okay.
Plan
That's
B is
totally
like
real. Plan B
$70.
is
is-
that's $70.
I've heard, so yeah.
Holy.
I've only
Okay.
heard
Yeah.
that.
All right. So
can we knock on wood? I've never had to buy that.
not that.
Use
Well, yeah,
that.
you probably have. Maybe she has. Which was nice of her
Right. Yeah.
to buy
I
it.
feel like she would have told me, you know what I mean? Like a reimbursement type thing. I'm gonna send
Like
you-
an
send
Apple-
you an invoice.
Apple Pay
Yeah,
request.
I'm gonna send you a bill.
Plan B?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're spending, you said $350 on our
Yeah,
first
that's a
date.
good, that's a good.
So
price.
when are you deciding, if you go on, say you go on a few dates, when are you deciding maybe we should split this?
You're not deciding.
No.
I mean,
No.
that's just me.
You never split it?
No.
Oh, y'all are really nice.
If
Yeah.
anything, I would like enjoy if a woman,
If she offers, that's a beautiful thing, but that's always a turn down.
and it's not even like an
Yeah.
offer for
Taking
dinner. I like if I
It's-
like, hey, I got us tickets to this concert.
That's
I
cool.
already bought them, you know. Like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm hanging out. Let's do it. And then afterwards, I got drinks or whatever. But like,
Yeah, she's
it's just
never-
hard for me for
But
like.
I
I
think
think
I've
that's
heard.
really nice of y'all, because that's a lot of
I've
money
heard
you're
that's an
shelling
issue
out
out
for
here.
a date that you don't know, for dating someone you don't know
Yeah.
where it might go. You
For
might
sure.
Oh, we
break.
know where it's gonna go.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Anyway, I think
You
I've
don't know where it's
heard-
gonna go. Get out the game.
I've heard.
Don't,
All right,
don't
that's
get
another
into the
thing. That's
game,
another thing I wanna
man.
add.
Hold on. I gotta add one more thing here. I've heard
Okay.
that's actually a big issue here in LA. We're not LA guys. Make sure to put that in your.
They're
We're
not.
not LA guys. I'm from
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
What up, though?
Michigan. So
Um,
Midwest and
Detroit.
Southern gentlemen. Okay?
So we're not LA guys, but I heard that's an issue out here. LA guys will take a girl on a date and go,
Really?
we're splitting this. Which,
Well, I mean, it's
yeah, get
I
it.
don't.
Come on.
I first
Come
date, you should always pick up. But as you continue to date, I do think there is, especially if it's that expensive, and especially here. I know it's more expensive here than anywhere else.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't know.
We're paying. We're paying for
Okay,
sure.
all right, well,
Yeah,
that's.
I mean, that's just,
incredibly nice of them.
That's just a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's where we grew up or how we grew up, but I mean,
That's probably the reason why I love you guys too.
Yeah.
You guys are just,
Yeah,
you know, great.
definitely how I grew up. Just, I
Yeah.
mean, that's just how I come.
Let's dive into how you grew up. Give us your background.
Grew up in Detroit. I actually grew up in Highland Park, which is
Not the Highland Park
Not-
that Matthew.
not
runs.
high. No. This is HP. This is like a very small area. Detroit is like 6 mile, between like 6 mile and 7 or 6 mile and 5 mile on the west side. But I grew up in Highland Park, single mom, worked, blue collar, worked for Chrysler for the automobile industry. So that's huge in Michigan and Detroit. And I grew up around a family of cooking. That's kind of like everyone asks me like, how did you start cooking? Like I was 7. Stir the spaghetti, stir the meat sauce. Just like that's just how I grew up. But I mean, we were like, I don't want to say like we grew up like super poor, nothing like that. Like we always had everything we ever asked for or needed. As kids and whatnot. But I mean, it was a struggle. Life was a struggle. But like my mother never let us see that. Like outside might have been like a rough area when you come in our house and we've got, the first big Magna box TV. You remember that?
Yeah.
We got the big, leather couches and stuff. But like, we lived in a rough area. She just was always making sure that, we didn't see that side of it.
That's
Private
awesome.
schools and
She
stuff
sounds
like that.
like.
sounds like an angel.
Yeah. I mean, she was an angel, but
Yeah.
I tell Kelly this all the time, like, you remind me so much of my mom.
It's very sweet.
Just because of just like how real you are, and like some people can't handle it, some people can't handle just how real you are, no matter what the situation is. But I've been like my whole life, like my mom was like, I come downstairs for a date, take that off, you look stupid. Like, what?
Well, my mom was like that. Man.
Why would you wear that? Like, all right, mom.
And like, for those of you that, I mean, most of you don't know Chris. I think some of the Detroiters that are listening probably do know Chris. He's an incredible guy. He's not ever been late to preparing us anything, which never canceled, never had anything come up. He's super professional, but also an incredible friend. And shout out to because obviously your mom raised you
Yeah.
and impeccably, or whatever the hell that word is. and by herself, which I have a lot of help. I have you, I have Tata, I have friends, I have family visiting. I have hands on, not just me. I could not imagine doing it on my own. And it speaks a lot of your mom, and all the single moms out there.
Shout out to the single
moms. Like that. Yeah. That shit's real.
I'm okay with being a stepdad too.
How many?
That's not okay. We got one that's okay with someone that has kids. Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters did you have total?
So I've got, it's 4 of us total. I've got 2 sisters and a brother. So
okay. And they are.
And my little brother is 15 years younger than me, so he's 16. I've got a sister who's 29. I've got another sister who's 20.
And your little brother is currently.
My little brother currently is in Arizona.
Yes, balling.
Yeah, basketball player. It's like top 20 in the state. So I'm like super proud.
What's his name?
Kyle Perry. What up, KJ? They call me KJ.
Hey, start playing defense. I've seen some of your tape.
You gotta shoot some jumpers too, man.
Get your mid-range work on, man. Get your mid-range work.
Now, obviously, we are all here. What time is it back in Michigan right now? 1 something. So by the time I get this edited, because I have no idea and really no help. Maybe you'll help me.
Yeah.
Help me.
Yeah.
But it'll probably come out during Monday Night Football, which I will. I don't know about you. I know you will be watching and rooting as hard as I fucking can for the Lions. I have a strong dislike for Green Bay. I would say.
I agree there too.
Yeah, I have a strong dislike for Green Bay.
Over years.
I can't wait to play them again in Lambeau, but I have a stronger love for that Lions organization. So we will be, and the people in it, and the players in it, and everything. So Matt, I'm sure Matthew too will be watching and rooting for all the Lions.
Yes,
or for the Lions.
Lions need a W on Monday Night Football.
Hell yeah, they do, and they can get it.
Yeah.
Did you see the Packers play?
Yeah, we've seen the Packers play. They look rough.
Lions, go get this shit.
Go win.
Sorry, I'm
Lions.
very excited about it.
I love
yes.
it.
Okay. All right. That's kind of it. Rapid fire. You guys ready for rapid fire?
Yes.
All right. So y'all sent in some things that you wanted to ask. So do you want me to go first?
Oh, man.
Steve, I'll start with you.
Perfect.
1 night stand or 1 month holdout? I'm sorry. Let's rephrase this. First date or 1 month holdout?
I'm a 1 month holdout guy. I'm a little older now. I'm 33. So a lot has changed from when you're, young.
Yeah.
1 month holdout for what?
For sex.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay.
How long?
She's coming over to sleep with you on the first date. How many times is she doing that a week? Probably a few.
Okay, ladies. So there you go. Don't sleep with the person.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. If I was 22, maybe.
How long is too long for a holdout?
I think it depends on the frequency. Yeah, I think it depends on the frequency. People are busy these days, post-pandemic. You're only seeing her 2-3 times a month.
I do think though, so here's something. If you're shelling out $300 for a first date, the amount of dates you're going to go on in a month, and then you don't know if sex is a big part of a relationship. If you don't know if they're good at sex, and then you realize, we don't have that chemistry in bed, it's kind of a waste of money.
Yeah, a few $1,000s on dates.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the first date.
Yeah. A month is probably that's too long. It's 2021.
I'm a first date kind of guy. Like we gotta, with respect and everything like that. No pressure.
It's
being honest.
Let's just do least favorite thing about Kelly. About me.
Least favorite thing about Kelly, and I'll put Matthew in with this too. My least favorite thing about both of you guys. You're two of my best friends, have been for a while. You two are the worst, and I mean the worst, probably on earth, at answering your phones.
I was just about to say responders.
Responding to text messages. If I was on fire in the middle of the street and I had one phone call and one number in my phone and it was yours too, I wouldn't use it.
Can I show you how many texts I have unanswered? 92.
I'm at 180.
I was gonna say.
Whoa,
I'm 106.
wait a second.
I'm 106.
168 actually.
You can't call me out. You have 106 texts that you haven't responded to. You're gonna call me out?
Yeah, I'm gonna call you out because there's a lot of people in my life that aren't important enough to get a response. If you're one of those people, I'm very sorry.
Listen, that's not how I just have a lot of shit going on. And a lot of times people text me, I'm in the middle of something, I'll text them back. And then I fucking forget. And I know that's terrible, but with there's no excuse. I mean, I should.
I'll take no offense. I get it. Like,
You see, Chris is in our house every day.
I get it. You have 4 kids. You got a lot going on.
There's a lot of shit.
I get it. But if I'm on fire in the middle of the street,
People don't call me.
are you on fire? Like
okay, no. If I'm
you're
not,
lit?
no.
Don't
Like if I needed
full
something,
flame.
yeah, full flame. Like needed something.
Call me 3 times in a row, and I'll make sure to answer.
Yeah.
That'll be our signal.
Okay, I'll do that.
Don't
But
call
yeah.
me 3 times in a row and talk about random shit.
Yeah, no, we'd never do that. You're too busy.
Yes.
We're all too busy.
I'm just
If you
kidding.
can text it. That's my philosophy. You don't always have to.
You know what, Matthew and I, we really are really fucking bad responders. I mean, that's
You guys
just-
haven't gotten any better in the last 13 years either.
Chris, girl stays over. Are you gonna kick her out in the morning? Or are you gonna cook her breakfast?
Oh, kicking her out.
Shit,
Look, I'm just.
you are tough. Okay,
Follow-up question to that. Are you buying them an Uber? They're getting their own Uber.
if you buy dinner, they better get their own fucking Uber. I'm
You're
sorry.
getting your own Uber.
I gotta
You're
stop
getting
with
your
that
own Uber.
once. My
Yeah,
mom's
it's
gonna
okay.
be so
It's
You're
pissed.
getting your own Uber.
Okay, all right, and Chris, favorite and least favorite thing about Matthew?
Favorite and least favorite thing about him. All right, so my favorite thing about Matthew is I like the fact that he doesn't brag. You know,
super humble.
it's super, and then like for me, like I love that because I'm like similar in a way where I rather just show you. Like I'm not gonna like rah, just like, all right, let me just show you. And I just love that that's how he is. It's like no social media, obviously we know that, but just like doesn't go out and brag a lot. And then when he balls, it's just like it's just a little smiley face, you know, like
The
you know,
little humble, like
humble,
side bag.
like you knew I was gonna do it, but I didn't have to tell you. So that's my favorite.
I like
thing.
that. That's good.
Least favorite thing. Honestly, I can't even really answer it. I don't really have a least favorite thing.
Do you have a least favorite thing?
I mean, yeah, it's the.
Responding.
If I was on
Okay.
fire, he's one of my best friends. I wouldn't call him. I would
so
burn.
really sorry. Okay.
Oh, I think I know my least favorite thing.
Oh yes, love it.
I think my least favorite thing about Matthew is also kind of part of my favorite thing about him. He doesn't let you know when he's pissed off about something, you know, or if he's hurt, injured, or something like that. Like he doesn't respond to that, you know. That's just he's kind of like compartmentalizing it, you know. So it's kind of hard to know, like, you know, what approach to take, you know what I mean? Like even sometimes like what food should I be making, you know, like how you feeling? Did you like when I first started working with you guys in 2019, he like broke his back or he had the problems. I like literally had no idea, you know, and he was still trying to play. Like we know how that went, but like literally had no idea that like he felt like that, you know, unless I would like hear like you pick the girls up and go like, oh,
yeah,
you know, but like that's just something maybe I, you know, and again I get it because he's not gonna complain about shit, but that would probably be my
least. He's built different.
Yeah, he's built
99% of people.
So you just never know, like
a broken back.
You know, right.
Now he complained to me, but
yeah. Well, I mean, has he ever not liked a meal? Have you guys ever not liked one of Chris's meals? Where you're like,
you know what? That was one of the questions that people asked.
For real?
Yeah. What
that's
meal?
tough. Making meals 5 days a week. I mean,
and I could not.
That's like never throwing a pick. That's like being a quarterback.
I will say one thing. So a lot of times, even if like, and this is gonna be news to Chris, Matthew and I do not like lobster. And but when he makes it, it's good. So we eat it. But we've never said that to him because it's true. When he makes it, we love it. But that, I guess that would be the one thing that that I technically don't like, but I do.
And like
lobster my way.
The lobster pasta.
All right, I think that concludes episode 2 of
we've got questions for
season.
you.
Oh,
yeah, you gotta edit this thing
off the.
God,
Don't
this is
think
gonna be
you're.
long.
I got you do yours and I got one.
Okay. All right. Rapid fire questions for Kelly. Favorite, and this might be a tough question. What's the most memorable date Matthew's ever taken you on?
Oh God. You know what?
Or most fun, or
we're very simple people.
yeah. I mean, it's
such a smooth operator as far as
he really. I mean, I feel like every date's good. But the one I remember that was a surprise was he took me to the NBA All-Star game or dunk. I don't know what's bad, I don't remember what, but it was years ago. It was when it was in Dallas.
Okay.
He surprised me at that, and a CP3 jersey, which I wore, and I love CP3, and actually ran into him at my girls' school. So that's it. Pulled down his mask. Like, do you know where the auditorium is? And I was literally just like, yes, I do. I will walk you there. But he's awesome, and that was a fun surprise for me. Matthew knows I love sports. Basketball is one of them, and so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, you were pretty good in high school, huh?
No, I actually wasn't that good. I wasn't that good. I really was. I was very.
You've hung with us when you've played pickup with us before.
How many jumpers could you make in a row right now?
I can shoot. What?
How many jumpers could you make in a row right now?
Honestly, I haven't shot in not that many, probably. I mean, if I'm being honest.
Like
but
10.
back in the day before I had kids, there's videos out there of behind the NBA with a men's ball, NBA line. Yeah. I think it was like 6 in a row. But I was not. I just played defense. That was really what I was good at. That was it.
Okay.
This is the LA media pressure overwhelming compared to the Detroit media pressure. As far as just like knowing that there's a lot more surrounding this moment, expectations. I mean, obviously. So
here's what I'll say about that. Obviously, I haven't been around the LA media as long. Detroit media was brutal, but rightfully so. And I respect people who actually do the journalism work. Which is hard to find now. Mm-hmm. And the ones that do it, and it might be a terrible article on Matthew, but you're like, well, those are facts and those are true. So I think the expectations isn't just LA media though. I feel like those expectations are coming nationally from national media.
True.
And I honestly, I've learned to not dive into media as much. So I haven't really read up on the LA media. But I feel like I would have heard if something was going rampant or whatnot. So I think Detroit media was, but we had 12 years there, and rightfully so. Again, the 12 years were tough. So was the media. Okay.
And then one last question. What would you be doing if you weren't a full-time mom, wife, and Matthew wasn't in the NFL?
Such a question. Like I ask myself this all the time because so like when Matthew retires, we always joke about like, all right, then it's my turn. Right. Mm-hmm. And actually my kids will be, well, hopefully, I don't know how long I want Matthew to play for, but however long he plays for, whatever. My kids will all be in school. So there won't be a need for me at the house. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't a nurse I did get a nurse. So I actually met Chris from a friend in nursing school, which is wild, years ago before he was our chef. But I've thought about going back to school. Taking my nursing degree and turning it into a nurse practitioner. Like that's on the radar. And that's the first person, the only first person I've ever told that, because I don't want to put pressure on myself just in case I don't decide to do that. But that is something I am interested in.
Do you think that background has helped with being a mother? The whole nursing background? No.
I hate to say that, but no. I continue to ask Tatiana, I'm like, hey, what's the right dosage of Tylenol? I've had 4, still don't know.
You got a lot going on. You get a lot going on. We get that.
Clearly he doesn't, because he gets butthurt if you don't respond.
Okay.
So we're gonna end this the same way we ended last one. Do you guys remember?
Aura. Is that it? Was that it?
It's Ryuda.
Oh,
no, we weren't.
We're not going to tell you guys what this means, but maybe at the end of the season what's up, or if someone figures it out.
Yeah, swipe up, subscribe, maybe comment below and let us know if you know what it means.
Oh yeah, take a guess. All right, ready? Ryuda.
Ryuda.